Welcome to Beyond the Blueprint, Real Talk, Real Growth. Today's topic is about cultural blind spots. So, what is cultural blind spot? It's an area where someone is unaware of their unconscious biases in terms or differences in terms of the other. So, essentially, what it really means is us failing to recognize how our own culture, our norms, or behaviors perceives the other individuals' cultures, and then how do we take that perceptions and interact with others. So it's basically is how our cultural practices as the norm impacts how we communicate with other individual. And some of these examples of cultural blind spots are going to be us assuming that everybody understand the humor the same way, or failing to adapt our communication style to different cultural norms. To explain the phenomena a little bit more in depth, I want you to visualize it this way that you're driving your vehicle and you're heading to work. When you get into the vehicle, you have a windshield which is really big, wide, and it has a very clear view. Now, you are on a highway and you're navigating because you want to get somewhere, and you're driving along with all these other vehicles on the highway. And you want to make sure that if you change the lane or you want to like speed up a little, you want to make sure you are safe. You keep looking into the end mirrors, your side mirrors, and you look at your rear view mirror. When you're changing the lane, often you look at your side mirrors and then you decide if it's safe for you to go. And that's what the blind spot is. What really is happening when you're driving is you can't really see how far is the distance between that vehicle. You're just assuming, and to be on the safe side, you don't want to bump into it. You want to avoid any accident. So you turn around, you look, and then you make that decision if you should move ahead or change the lane. Similarly, the cultural blind spot, what it really does is allows you to become a little bit more aware of your unconscious biases, which means that step back from the assumptions that everything is normal. What is normal in your culture is also normal in other cultures. Also, like, understand that people from dominant cultures, especially in the countries where the one culture is dominant, they would have a lot more larger cultural blindness. And that's why it's very important that we consider that we shouldn't marginalize people. So the dominant culture would have to make an effort to understand the marginalized cultures and give them space as to breathe. So one thing you could do is to overcome this cultural blindness or understand your cultural blind spot is to keep doing self-reflection as an organization, as a leader, as an individual. You want to actively examine your own cultural assumptions and your biases. Once you do those assumptions and biases, then you understand, how do I do cultural sensitivity training, which means how do I participate in programs, or how do I become culturally competent. And culturally competent means what drives me to look for similarities instead of differences. What would drive me or motivate me to find something that is common between two different cultures and making a genuine and honest effort to collaborate or work? And then, most importantly, can I be open in my communication? So, often, open in communication means, are you open to ask questions from genuine curiosity, not questions like, why is it like this? But the genuine curiosity of understanding, why is really something like that in other culture? What can I really learn from it? And is there anything that I can take from that culture and integrate in my style of living or in my cultural values that will accentuate and highlight my core principle, my core values? So these are a few things that you could do to overcome your cultural blind spot. Now, if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments, please do leave it in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to reply back to you. If you have any other topic that you would like me to discuss with you, please leave it to me in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to do that. Thank you so much for listening, and hope to see you guys in next session. Thank you.